Hi, I'm Leroy Morrison with Cheeseworks Videos, and tonight we're here at 36 with Cheyenne for
the Modified Madness.
Kill it. I messed up.
Connor Maishner with a good start as he will take that lead into turn number 1. Gets a little wiggly woggly. Carino holds on to that second spot, and here comes Ramon Ortega. Remember, the top 4 is all that advance. Caleb Dennis, a little bit of problem on that car as he just got it back together. You see some sparks coming out from under that car. Problems for the 11D of Caleb Dennis. As we go down the back straightaway, Connor Maishner wrestling that car, fighting it all over the speedway. 32P of Jeremy Pitzenberger starts his march to the front. He has to be inside of that top 4 in order to make it to the A feature. Carino all out of shape. Also Mike Douglas out of shape as they all gather back up and the green flag stays on the track. Connor Maishner still going to lead the way in that 47X. How about Ramon Ortega as he has come from back in the field to take that second spot, locking him securely into the feature if he can hold that point. Also in that third spot, Carino recovers. He has got that car in contention. And Jeremy Pitzenberger coming to the front as we have got one off the pace. The 11D of Caleb Dennis has took that car into the infield. His night is done. Yeah, there's one off the track over somewhere. As we had one car exit the track over in turn number 3 and 4, bringing the yellow out onto the speedway. We understand debris on the racetrack, so maybe I missed something there. Hey, for the cone. As we go green down the front straightaway, good start by Maishner, but Ortega not fooled as he's going to be right on that back bumper as we head into turn number 1. Maishner slips up the racetrack. That's going to open the door. 4 wide on the back straightaway. Carino thinks better of it and backs out. As Maishner slipped and slid, he will settle into that second spot. And here comes Pitzenberger trying to race his way into the feature. Ted Pantoja looking on the inside for that final transfer spot as him and Coleman Browning going nose to tail, wheel to wheel down the back straightaway. Pantoja slips. Here comes Carino. Right now, Browning in that 4th and final transfer spot as around goes Pantoja, stacking the field up behind him. Pantoja loops that car. That will collect. Frakes car number 27, bringing the yellow out on the cone as we come off turn number 4. Maishner runs on the outside. He's your second place car, but here comes Pitzenberger. He will try to take over that 2 spot as we go into turn number 1. Pitzenberger low. He will take over that second spot. That is going to move up and now a battle between Maishner and the 83 of Coleman Browning as Browning has raced his way into the top 4. Carino still in contention. Anthony Asher still in contention in that 37 also. Throw a blanket back through the field, but pulling away Ramon Ortega feeling it tonight. 47X of Connor Maishner has got that car in the 3rd spot. 83 of Coleman Browning, your 4th place car. Your leader off the pace. Your leader off the pace, 17R Ramon Ortega. Problems for that race car. As the round goes to 47X of Maishner taking evasive action. Again, Jeremy Pitzenberger ready to go back green flag racing as we come off turn number 4. Coleman Browning trying to make that move on the inside of the 47 of Maishner as we go through turn number 1, off of turn number 2. Carino still in that 4th place transfer position as we go back green. As we go through turn number 3, off of turn number 4. Maishner trying to make that move on the inside as we're side by side going into turn number 1. As we come off turn number 2, we're still wheel to wheel for the front spot. Maishner's got it by half a car length, but here comes Pitzenberger back. As we dive on the inside, Pitzenberger trying to gain that spot back as the white flag comes out one more time around for that car number 47 of Connor Maishner. As we come to the checker, let's hear it for the 47X of Connor Maishner. Second place, driving car number 30. Him out of Lincoln, Nebraska, the 58 of Destin Whitney, also out of Lincoln, Nebraska, in row number 2, Cade Richards, and outside of him, he's out of Excelsior Springs, Missouri, that veteran driver, the 14 of Gary Ainsworth, locked and loaded, ready to go green flag racing. Who's it going to be tonight? we got the laps to decide it as we are ready to go green flag racing as we roar off turn number 4. Hammer down as green is go. Good start for the front row as they're side by side, wheel to wheel, as Whitney's going to lead them into turn number 1. Here comes Nelson back on the inside. Cade Richard runs in that 3rd and 4th spot, but it looks like Gary Ainsworth in that 14 is the man on the move. Whitney going to get that car out front as Nelson slips up the racetrack. Problems for Jason Nelson as the 14 goes airborne. The 8 of Ryan Royce involved. 8S of Caleb Pugh involved. Again, 14 of Gary Ainsworth. Heavy contact on that race car between him and Nelson.
Okay, drivers, we're going green. Lights are out.
No, 83 spun on her out.
That's what my officials told me, so.
That's what she was told. I heard it over the radio.
As green back out on the speedway, car number 58 of Destin Whitney. He has got that car laid in the wind as the laps continue to wind down. One Arcade Richards runs second. How about Josh Atkins? As around goes car number 28 of Justin Morant. He loops that car down in turn number 2. As the green flag comes back out on the speedway, driving car number 58, Destin Whitney out front. Here comes Atkins using that high line. He and Richards going to be side by side down the back straightaway. Looks like a new second place car as we go through turn number 3. As we come off turn number 4, Atkins will take that second spot away from Richards as Richards settles back to 3rd. Brock Brewer up to that 4th position as we got one hard into the wall down here at coming off of turn number 4. That will bring yellow back out on the speedway. Going to be going green flag racing this time around, race fans. Again, they are on the clock. Remind everybody of that as the laps are starting to be cut back in this feature. As we're going green, coming off turn number 4, Destin Whitney on the throttle as he comes down the front straightaway. Good run for him as he heads into turn number 1. Josh Atkins going to take that car on the high side, and him and Cade Richards doing battle down the back straightaway. And how about Gary Ainsworth as Gary is up to that 4th spot now. And Gina Bomley running in that spot as around goes the 308. She collects the 28. The 8S taking evasive action. As green comes back out on the speedway, 58 of Destin Whitney. He has got that car out front. Josh Atkins a little bit loose that time in turn number 2, gathers it back up. He will now set his sights on that 58 of Whitney as we come down the front straightaway. As we go into turn number 1, the white flag has been displayed. One more time around. The next flag they see will be the checkered. As he goes down the back straightaway, Whitney going to lead him as he comes through turn number 3. Off of turn number 4, picking up the feature win. Your winner driving the 58, that is Destin Whitney. Second place, 91J of Josh Atkins. Third place, 1R of Cade Richards. Fourth, the 14 of Gary Ainsworth. And then comes the 1R of Cade Richards. Race fans standing here in Lake Road Warehouse Winner's Circle. It is driver car number 58, Destin Whitney. Destin, you take the lead early. You get this car out front and you never look back. A caution field feature, but you in victory lane nonetheless. Great racing action picking up that win here at US 36 High Banks.
I'd just like to thank my dad for putting a great setup on the car tonight. I'd like to thank Kelly's Auto Repair, Elite Welding Fabrication, Dirt Sucks Car Wash, Brennan Hide Shoe Racing, Solderson Motorsports, and just had a great setup. It was a fun race.
All right, race fans, let's hear it one more time in victory lane down here. Destin Whitney! One of the young up-and-coming talents of our sport, Destin Whitney in victory lane. 2 by 2 by 2 as they come down the front straightaway. Green as goes. The green flag in the air. C.J. Turner's going to lead them early into turn number 1. Turner still on the gas as we come through turn number 3 off of turn number 4. Sean Houston going to take over that lead as he comes down the front straightaway. Houston, new leader in car number 540, that time by. Turner on the low side of the racetrack trying to make it work as he wiggles back and forth. New second place car is that car number 47X of Connor Maishner. Maishner looking on the inside as we come down the front straightaway. 540 of Houston led that lap, but here comes Maishner working low. Houston slips up the racetrack. That's going to open the door for Maishner as he slides that car. We got 2 cars together. Bo Wells and Tyler Starmer get together down in turn number 1 and 2. Everybody keeps going. Green stays out on the speedway. As they come off turn number 2, still leading them is that car number 47X. Behind him, the 540 of Sean Houston in the 91 of C.J. Turner. Bo Wells has made his presence felt as he is up to that 4th position. And the 20 of John Bowl III rounds out your top 5. Back up front, the battle now is for that 2nd, 3rd spot. Sean Houston has 2nd, but here comes Turner working the high line now. Back up on top of the racetrack. Seems to be the faster way around for him as he has got that car into the number. Well, back to the 3rd spot. As hanging right in there now is that car number 91 of C.J. Turner. Sean Houston, again, a rookie in the pure stock class, coming up from the front-wheel drive ranks. He has that car out front now, or in 2nd place, rather. But here comes Turner as Houston slips up the racetrack side by side. Houston, again, hangs on to that number 2 spot. The Jamesport Mafia doing battle for that 2nd and 3rd spot as they're going back and forth. Turner out front as they go down the back straightaway. But here comes Houston back up top side of the racetrack. Again, Turner maybe just a little too low that time, kicking up a little loose stuff on the infield. That will hand the 2nd place position back to Sean Houston. As Turner now settles back into 3rd, Bo Wells, the man on the move, as he is like a rocket slowly creeping up on these guys as he is your 4th place car. And back to 5th now, Chester Kaufman out on the racetrack. 47X of Connor Maishner kind of pulling away with this race as he has got it out front. He is a straightaway lead now in the 540 of Sean Houston, who runs in that 2nd place. As they come down the front straightaway, Green still out on the racetrack. Good racing in our pure stock division. The battle on the racetrack is that 94 Kaufman and the 11S of Starmer. As Starmer now dives underneath Kaufman, trying to pick up that 5th spot on the speedway. He will claim that spot, moving Kaufman back to that 5th place, rather, or 6th place. As 2 more laps to decide, it is 47X of Connor Maishner has that car out front. Maishner rolling down the back straightaway. He will go through turn number 3. Off of turn number 4, we'll be looking at the white flag one more time around. Pure Stock's doing an excellent job out here on the speedway with just one more time around as Starmer loops it on his own, gets it in the infield. Green flag stays on the racetrack. Starmer continues to go. Checkered flag in the air for car number 47X. Connor Masoner, 2nd place. 11S of Steve Starmer, 3rd place. 540 is your 2nd place car. That you got to jump to be modified. Great race out there. You put it out front and never look back.
Yeah, I really don't know. I just kind of rolled her in the corner, just kind of slick getting in, and I guess I stuck it out.
Tell us about your sponsors.
What?
Tell us about your sponsors.
Cameron Engine, Brilliant Prime Racing Products, Jet Racing,